Hello everybody, it is Danlags, and how'd you like the new epic little castle intro? I thought I could finally find a use for the darn lightning thunderstorms in this game. But anyway guys, what's up? We're back on the castle, and today we're going to continue working on this bad boy. We're getting pretty close here. Almost done closing off the exterior of the castle, so let me show you guys the progress I've been making. Over here, we have this kind of like back thing here. I don't really know how to describe it, but it's just kind of like different from the front. Originally I wanted to make the back of the castle like the exact same as the front, but then I thought to myself, you can't tell which side, is which in terms of which one's the front and which one's the back. So on the back here, I made kind of this long looking room that kind of like tunnels out from the middle of the castle here. And, it's going to have this big like archway, walkway thing through here that leads out to this balcony here, which looks over the back courtyard. And then in here, I'm going to have maybe like a big dining room or something as you walk in, or I don't know, something like that. Or like just a big, entrance room or something like that. But anyway, lots of progress has been made on the castle, guys. Normally put out castle episodes on Thursdays, wanted an extra day just to get a little bit more stuff done, just for the sake of the update video. But anyway, how you guys doing? It is your friendly neighborhood Danlags, aka King Dan, for the castle Let's Build, of course. And today we're going to continue working on the castle. I'm just going to do a few edits to it today. Just continue to add on to it. That's what I kind of do on these episodes. But we're getting close, guys. We're getting very close to closing off the castle's exterior. Then I need to finish the outer walls. These outer walls, these lines right here is where I'm going to be marking off the outer walls for the back courtyard. And then I need to do the interior and then just a little bit more landscaping. And then it's pretty much done. Obviously the interior, that's no laughing matter. That's going to take a while. But as far as this back courtyard here, I'm thinking about adding like maybe a little castle town in this back courtyard. Like I'll put like a bunch of houses around the edge of the castle for the back courtyard. The front courtyard's kind of like a little bit more grand. Like there's like featured landscaping and things like that. You got the fountain, like the I guess what are we gonna call this? The stage, for like plays and things like that. And then the blacksmith, like the traditional blacksmith forge for the castle. So that's cool. Yeah, but like the front of the castle, it's clearly, you can clearly tell that this is the front of the castle. Just the way it looks compared to the back. And even the front wall I might make a little bit different on the back, just to make it even more apparent that this is clearly not the front of the castle over here, because I don't want anybody getting the wrong idea, if they ever download it or something like that. So anyway, before I keep like rambling on, let's go ahead and get started with some things. So I have this opening right here, and this opening I'm pretty sure is the last opening of the castle. That's the last thing I need to fill in before it's done. The exterior is done, so that's cool. Let me just do this real quick. Let's see. I guess I need these blocks, right? I guess it goes like this, like that. Is that correct? Yeah, that's good. All right, cool. And then I can put that there as well. All right, I forgot to patch that off, but this area is a little bit awkward in here, so I'm gonna have to like figure out what I want to do with this. Maybe I'll just put like a little entrance there. That way it's not as like weird. Yeah, that'll probably work. Okay. All right, so let's see what we can work on here. Oh yeah, that's right. I wanted to close out this last window, and all right, here we go. Here it is. So let me just fill this in across. So anyway, guys, I was just outside with my dog, right? And if you guys follow me on Twitter, I put up a picture of my Doge for the first time the other day, which was cool because in before comments saying, oh, Dan did a face reveal for his dog before a face reveal for himself. But anyway, we were having a little bit of a fun with the Doge at the the lake that's near my house. But I'm telling you, it is hot right now where I live. It's brutal. I'm not really a huge like hot weather kind of fan. I like the cold, man. I don't know. I've lived in the north my whole life. I'm not a huge fan of like these 95-degree summer days. It's crazy. It's so hot. I don't know. I'm not a huge fan. I can deal with it, but I prefer when it's cold. It's better just because I don't have to like sweat my ass off in here. But thank God my room has air conditioning, because if it didn't, like, I used to not have air conditioning in my room. I just recently got like a window unit, so like it's cool in my room now. But man, it used to be just brutally hot in my room, and it was unbearable, like to the point where like I just didn't even want to play any Xbox or anything like that. So I'm glad I got that resolved, because that was awful for a long time there. That really sucked. How does this even work? Like what did I even do to make this look right? I can't even figure out like what the problem is here. It looks weird. All right, let's see. Okay, so let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then the white wall. Okay, let's just go with that. I just want to add this here. We'll close off the castle for you know, this episode, and then I want to do some other things as well. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we need to add one more right here. So this will go up right there, and then I guess right here, this will go down like this, break through that like that, and then we have the white snow. So that's cool. Well, you know, hopefully the snow is white, right? All right, so I try to use the windows on this texture pack as, you know, not as much as I would like to, you know, since they don't look that good. I'll try to replace as many of them with iron bars as possible. But when I finish the exterior, I'm gonna come through, like, do a whole wrap around of the whole castle and just, you know, check and make sure that I have everything the way I want it. You know, just kind of like a proofread, more or less. That's kind of the idea that I want to, you know, do when this thing is all said and done. But like I said, last episode I was talking about, you know, I was going to finish this thing by the beginning of August. I don't know if that's going to happen. It's July 25th, and only have like 6 days left before August. So I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to finish this thing by the, especially because how busy I am. So, you know, if it might be a few weeks into August, who knows? I know I keep pushing stuff back, but, you know, I don't have time to work on everything all the time. Alright, so we have, let's see, anvils, like that, and then we got some upside down stairs anvils, and then this weird looking thing. Okay, so much detail to keep in, you know, account for when you're building this castle, I'm telling you. I mean, that's what makes it cool, though. You know, with these kind of things, these fantasy builds, which, you know, is like slowly becoming like my favorite kind of building. Like, I love doing this kind of stuff. It's fun because you can use you can pull a lot of, you know, you can bring some tricks up your sleeve and things like that, you know, stuff that's different, and it looks cool. I think that's actually good now. Let me double check over here, see if I forgot anything. I think we're good. Yeah, for the most part, I think that is exactly the way it is. Yeah, we're good. So that pretty much concludes the back of the castle, not the episode. Don't worry, we're not done yet. We're not gonna make this 7 minutes long, but that's it, guys. The back of the castle. I think the whole thing is closed off now. I can't think of any other spots where I still need to, like, you know, these things are going to be open right here. You know, that's going to be open since, you know, it's going to be kind of like a breezeway kind of thing. You know, that's going to be open as well. It's going to be kind of a balcony thing, but there's obviously going to be like rooms in here so it doesn't look as hollow. Same here, balcony, and then same here. I think pretty much flying all the way around. I don't think there's any more spots where I missed. I think everything's closed off. I think the whole exterior of this castle is done. Love the Tree of Life. That's cool. Yeah, let me just fly up here real quick and, you know, take a look. You know, we were looking at this last night. Looks pretty cool from up here. I like this. I just got to finish the back courtyard, and the entire exterior is pretty much done, which is crazy. So, lots of progress has been made. Let's just go with that. So anyway, speaking of the exterior walls, let's do a little bit of that right now because we can. This is a little bit tricky to do this part since it's a little bit weird. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this across. Actually, we got some swiftness real quick. I'm going to take this all the way down, like through here. It's just going to keep on going all the way, and then we'll kind of mark off where each one of the, like, towers along the wall is going to be. So that's the thing. And I still need to replace those iron bar walls with the more detailed wall that I did last episode. So that's also a thing. Alright, so let's see. Let's count off how many blocks we got here. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 20. Wait. 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Okay. So 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 22, 23. So right there. That's where there's going to be a tower. So we'll take this down. We'll mark this off right here. And we'll take it up 1 block. So that's where there's going to be a tower. And let's see here. So it'll go out 1 and then 5 over 5. Okay, so here we go. So we're going to take this up and away. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this all will get filled in. Not going to do it right now, though. But we are going to eventually fill it in. I'm just going to mark off where everything needs to be this episode, and then, you know, I can do all the tedious grinding off camera. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that should be lined up in the middle. Okay, it's not. That's not good. Hold Hold on, let's figure out why this is not right. Oh, I know why. Wait a minute. Yes, okay, I know why. This is supposed to be one block over. No, not a problem, you know. I mean, it just pretty much nullifies everything we just did. But still, you know, we gotta catch these mistakes now before, you know, I ruin the whole dang castle. Alright, let's just sleep real quick. Let's regroup. Let's sleep. I got a bed somewhere around here. They're all over the place. There's a couple in here. Here we go. Here's a bed I can sleep in. Man, this interior is gonna be nuts because all the stuff is hollow right now. I just kind of focused on the exterior. It's gonna be a crazy time getting all this interior filled in, but you know, hopefully it shouldn't be too hard. Okay, anyway, that is gonna be the opening. Wait, no, that is gonna be the opening. Let's see, 3. So that's 5. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, cool. That's what we really want right there. So we were close. Wait, can I just leave this? Nah, it's gonna be covered up anyway. There's no point in keeping this. We'll just get rid of it. Alright. Back to the drawing board. Let's see. We gotta get rid of this. Let's take this all the way down. So yeah, like I said earlier, I wanted a little bit of extra time to finish, you know, this thing I was working on that, like, atrium looking I don't even know what to call it. I'm just gonna call it an atrium. I don't even know if that's, like, actually an atrium. But, you know what I mean. I was working on that thing. And, you know, I just wanted a little bit of extra time. So yesterday, you know, I was like, alright, you know, we're gonna skip a day with the castle. I'll come back with it tomorrow. That was kind of crazy looking, I just realized. But, yeah. I can't wait to get this thing done. It's gonna be so awesome. Gonna make a PC download for it and an Xbox download. The plan is that the PC download is gonna be a red version of the castle, since I'm just gonna world edit all the red or the blue wool to red wool when I make the PC download for it, and then the Xbox download for it will be this version, the blue wool version. So that's the plan, guys. All right, so let's see. We got 2. We gotta skip 1. Whoops, and then like this. Alright, take this all the way down to here. Just like that. And there we go. So we got that all squared away. So that's good. Okay, so we got 1 down right there. And then what do we need to do? Let me go back over here to this front wall because it's a little bit easier to figure out. I believe it should be 23 as well. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Yeah, it is 23. Alright, so we'll do another interval of 23 here. Alright, let's see. So, not there. Right there. Okay, cool. Awesome. Okay. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. And then we got another one of these things. So, let's go ahead and do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, the counting continues, you know. Got a lot of counting, a lot of, you know, utilizing the coordinates for this one, because, you know, if everything isn't symmetrical, I'm gonna pull my hair out. So there are actually a few things on this castle that needs to be changed. Let me show you guys real quick. I was seriously considering just leaving it and seeing if anyone would find it when I put the download out. But if you stand on top of this quartz slab here on the top of this tower, the Y coordinate is block 112. But if you stand on top of this one, it's the Y coordinate 111. So, and you know, just to show like which one is incorrect, this one is 111. That one's 111. All the other ones are 111. I'm pretty sure this one's 111 as well. Let me just check that real quick. Yep, 111. So, this tower right here is actually 1 block taller than all the other ones, which, you know, you can't even tell by just like looking at it. You know, even when I, you know, look at it from this angle, you can barely tell that you know, the tower is 1 block taller. Like, you wouldn't, if I didn't tell you guys, you wouldn't have never noticed. But I was curious about like just leaving it like that and see if anyone would notice on the download. But the secrets of the castle, even though it's like bad math by Dan. Okay. Alright, so we got that again. So let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. And then we'll go 23. Oh, 23. And then let me fly all the way back over here again. And let's see if it's 23 in between this. I'm pretty sure it is, but we got to make sure. Alright, so we got 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 23. Okay. And then, let's see here. Okay. Yep. So it is 23. And then, okay. Yeah, we got this. Okay, so if this is 23, then this block right here is going to be like that. I believe it'll go like this. We're going to double check this with the map in a second, because if everything should line up to the other side of the castle, on me, everything all lined up. Whoops. There we go. Just trying to, I mean, hopefully you guys, you know, from this series, maybe you learn how to build a castle or something. I don't know. I'm really just trying to teach myself how to build a castle. This is the first one I've ever made on Minecraft. Probably the last one I'll ever make too. Like it takes way too much time to make a huge castle like this. You know, I would consider making like maybe a smaller one on top of like a mountain or something like that. That would probably be cooler, because this one's kind of just on like a, you know, flat area. But I don't know. It takes a lot of time to build something like this. Definitely. So it's, I mean, you know, I've been working on this thing just since December, you know. So it's already almost August here. Okay, so let's see. If we take this down, right? The idea is that this block, if I push myself next to this, if we are at the y coordinate or x coordinate 175, when I push myself against this, the idea is that we will be at that same exact coordinate when we go all the way down over here. If I did this properly. So if I stand on this block right here, we should be at x175. All right, we're at x174. So clearly I didn't do it right. Let's double check to see if I made any mistakes. Let's see. So this is lined up with. Ah, yes, I already know the mistake I made. It's all good, guys. I already know the mistake I made. All right, good. You know, this is why you got to check these things, you know, because this whole thing would have been wrong. All right, so the problem with this is this stone is actually supposed to be coming from this block here instead. So all this over here can be broken. We just got to redo the whole thing. So get this all out of here. Okay, so this goes from here now. So it goes like that, like that. Break those blocks here. Whoops. Okay, there we go. Hopefully this will be better. I think it will. Alright, so let's take this across through here. Okay, so now we have this, you know, this is like the base layer, the base layout for these, you know, side towers here. Which, you know, honestly, these side towers work pretty good if you just want to make like a little, like, I don't know, like tower in your town. If you're building like a fantasy town or something like that, just build like a little tower, like a clock tower in the town. You can turn it into like something that looks like this. All right, so now if we take this down, this should be bumping up against x174 now, if we did this right. Bingo. All right, cool. So we're at x174. So that is all the way. If you kept a straight line right down there, you'd skim right past the other tower, which is, let me see here. This is the z coordinate 142. I'm curious actually what the coordinate is for the other tower all the way over here, like what the z coordinate is. It's probably a good ways away. Let's see. So we're at 114, so that's crazy. Oh my gosh, 256 blocks. It's insane how long this thing is. It's like Minecraft worlds are only like 800 blocks across. Like this thing on the map, like if you like copied and pasted this thing all over the place, it'd probably be like, you know, you could probably only fit like 10 or 15 of these. Not 10 or 15, like 14 or 15 of these in like the whole map. It's funny how big this thing is. But anyway, guys, that's where I'm going to conclude today's episode. You know, starting to lay out the plan for the outer walls here and everything. The castle is closed off. We're getting there, guys. Next week's episode, hopefully I'll have all these walls put in and start to work on this little castle town area. I might turn that into a separate series if I do, you know, build like a little fantasy castle town around the edge of the courtyard. But you know, once I finish these outer walls, I'll just do a little bit more landscaping, and then of course I'm going to close off the interior as well. You know, start to put in all the flooring and the walls and everything like that. And you know, we're getting so close, guys. So thanks for watching. It has been your friend, the Neighborhood Danlangs, aka King Dan, for the Castle series, like always. And I'll talk to you guys on the next one. Be sure to leave it a like if you did enjoy it, and have a good day. And peace out.